Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Junior Trader, and in this video, let's take a look at Mr. Trump, the president's tariffs. July 9th deadline is just around the corner, and the media pressure, or I should say, the social pressure, is building up because the deals haven't quite reached yet with many countries. And Trump today, not just Trump, but the Trump administration, I should say, has started to create or use social pressure uh, to make countries come to a deal and come to a conclusion because the deadline so far has been extended now to August 1st. But we'll take a look at the details in this video and how this is affecting the market, or is it? So definitely we'll take a look at the overall picture on the market side as well. We'll take a look at the technicals, and should this worry us, or we should be just fine even for this little bit of chaos that would happen for this month for sure. Because the thing is that now, since Trump has started to talk and reveal the letters and conversations out in the media, it's no longer looks like that it's going in the favor of US because there are only very few countries with which at least confirmation for the deals that is out there. But as we'll go through this article, things will get much more clear to you, and then, as I said, we'll take a look at the technicals. Should we worry about it, or are we just fine? So with that, I also want to let you know none of this is any financial advice, only for education purposes, just sharing my opinion. Please do your own thing. So August 1st is the new deadline. Now, what's been happening? President Trump revived his trade war threat with more than a dozen countries on Monday. So when you read something dozen countries, it already tells you that, well, there are a dozen countries at least, and it says with more than a dozen countries, which with whom the deal hasn't been struck yet. So today you would have seen in many medias as well all these deals striker, I like to call them, because they work on the deals, right? They're coming out talking about this and that. Oh yeah, deals will be coming through soon. And but then they're also creating this pressure out in the media by revealing the letters and information, how many countries have not signed, and blah blah blah, this would happen, that would happen, the threats and all of that. So it tells us that it's a pressure building tactic in a negotiation, right? And how you build the pressure is by, you go to the media, right, and get the people all rallied up, yeah, let's do it, right? So anyway, that's how, guys, politics works. Okay, now Trump told them that they would face steep tariffs on their exports as of August 1st. Now, this is another problem I see, and sorry, I'm going to provide my opinion as not every line by line, but where I see some importance. As if Trump keeps pushing these deadlines over and over again, it does make US look a little bit weaker because they are willing to extend the tariff deadline just to strike the deal in their favor, right? Because the deals are not happening, and they don't want to put on these tariffs as well, and that's why the deadline is getting extended. But this just gives the pictures to other countries that the US is not coming from that strong standing in the negotiation, right? And some of the and this article doesn't cover this information, but I read on another article that why the deal with Japan and South Korea hasn't been struck through or concluded yet is because there was the Trump wanted to keep the tariffs just like it happened with China, right? The 30% tariffs are still there regardless. So they still want the tariffs to stay on Japan, but they want to open up their market. So it's definitely, so you might not even see tariff change what they were initially, but they want to open up the markets there, which again, it's there may be reasons for that, but I'm not going to get into that. But as for the tariffs, seems like with many countries that may not change, just my opinion, and they might just want to open up the countries because Trump wants to collect the revenue as well on the tariff form, but also to sell more products to those countries. We'll see how that goes. Japan is standing very strong still, and they said it's a no deal in this way if the tariffs won't come down from your end and you still want to open up our market. So seems like, and you can clearly see the deadline has been extended. So there, it's the brute force method is definitely not working right now. But anyways, let's go through the article. Um, the president targeted two of America's closest foreign allies, Japan and South Korea, as well as Malaysia, Indonesia, and South Africa. Mr. Trump also officially extended the timeline. We just talked about it. Let's skip through this section. Don't too much worry about it. Markets drop now. We'll take a look at the technical. So we'll get to this anyways, right? In nearly identical letters to the president of South Korea and Prime Minister of Japan, Mr. Trump wrote that the countries would face a 25% tax on their exports next month. Well, this was supposed to happen July 9th. So it's 1st August. As I just said, what is what is gonna come in action eventually, or if the deadline gonna keep getting extended, what pressure do those countries have or incentive they have to strike a deal when they know, well, okay, it's just a game. If it's a game, I don't know, right? But it looks like a game, right? Like, hey, no, we want a deal, so we'll just keep threatening you, but we'll keep extending the deadline. So other countries would be like, well, sure, if you just will keep extending the deadline, let's keep extending it 4 years until your presidential time, right? So, anyways, so again, I'm definitely adding my opinion here, but this is how I feel like there's just not that of a strong hold or a strong standing in these negotiations right now that US is coming with. So we'll see. And adding that, we have decided to move forward with you, but only with more balanced and fair trade. So yeah, please understand that 25% number is far less than what is needed to eliminate the trade deficit disparity we have with your country. So again, this sounds like, Trump is like, please sign the deal. But anyways, it's also a gesture of politeness, but also to the other side, again, on politics, it's not about that much of gesture and kindness. There is definitely give and take. But so here, the other politicians can see Trump being a little bit weaker. You don't want to show yourself in the politics, trying to ask, in this way. Anyways, a few hours later, the president posted several more letters to social media detailing tariff rates that products from other foreign countries would face: 40% for exports from Myanmar and Laos, however it's said, sorry. 30% of exports from South Africa and 25% exports from Malaysia. He quickly followed with new tariff rates for Thailand, Bangladesh, Indonesia, and other countries. This is a bit of a chart that previously announced and newly announced. Not much has changed, but as I said, another article that I wrote, oh sorry, that I read, there where Japan had, put out their statements, and they mentioned that, well, the tariffs you're gonna still keep on us, but we want to open up the market. So there's, on many things that the tariffs rates would still stay high. So just like with China, right? The tariff is still on some places like 30%, right? So it doesn't really change as much, right? It's just on paper, deal is struck, but things not much has changed from the very beginning. So we'll see. Anyways, and Mr. Trump announced a 10% baseline tariff on all US imports in April, as well as higher tariffs on goods from about 60 countries. So, 10% baseline tariffs on all US imports in April, that was in April, as well as higher tariffs on goods from about 60 countries. Now, the reason I'm reading through this is because The deal that has been struck is with, at least that I know. And again, guys, by the time this video may come out, who knows, there is another news, or when you're seeing this video, who knows, there is another new tweet from Trump, and things would change very rapidly. Okay, but on papers, it's the deal only with UK and China and maybe with Vietnam. So there are many other countries that right now there is just no deal. Okay, after that announcement through stock, yeah, that's, we talked about it. Mr. Trump's decision to extend the deadline until August 1st will give countries more time to reach. And there is also with BRICS that US has been a little bit having tough time with, and not a pleasing moments with them, because BRICS have added more countries last year. But anyways, so far the United States has reached only two preliminary trade deals with Britain and Britain and Vietnam. And yeah, for the US deal with Vietnam, neither country has put out documents clarifying what, if anything, was agreed to. Well, where is China? Well, I don't know whether, maybe it's, yeah, they didn't add it here, but with China also, maybe they just didn't conclude it or something happened. But yeah, China was also there, that it's pretty much done. Anyways, that's the highlight, guys. Every day, welcome back again to the chaos. And when I say chaos, I mean, yeah. So let's take a look at the technicals, because we'll see how things evolves on tariffs. But what is the market telling us? So S&P 500 now. If you have been seeing my videos, or if you have seen back then as well, and if you are on my Patreon following the videos daily, because I do with the members daily, I provide them all the trades on across many stocks. On some of the stocks, as I say, we have made 120% gain as well, 120% plus gains, and 55% plus, 60% plus, 70% plus. Some of the stocks we have made gains. And again, all those details, check out in the description of this video on my Patreon. If you are interested, these are the memberships you'll find there. See what works best for you and join accordingly if you are interested. So S&P 500, and back then also I said that, guys, this is the best, one of the best times to buy at $480 area, right? And look at it, from there we have already made a new all-time highs. Now the thing is that right now, the way the market is, and we're talking S&P 500, the way the market is right now, there is nothing to worry about in the technicals of the market. We are still in the bullish structure. Did any of this tariff thing really affect the market? No, we are at a new all-time highs. And today is just a little bit of a dip in S&P 500. It's nothing much. There's this yellow box you are seeing is because I did the videos for my Patreon members. But anyways, until here, 612 area, any pullback until here will still keep S&P 500 bullish. That's just a pullback zone. If that happens, market is not bearish right now. No, it is not bearish. It is still just bullish and still just fine, my friends. All right, so we'll take a look at the lower time frame as well to understand what are the levels potentially market is giving us right now, to what type of trades could be taken, right? So as I said, it's a pullback, but it's just was for a day. Right now in the structure of S&P 500, which was a short day today. But hey, I have already been telling members, market is extended, definitely take some partial profits at least. And definitely today, once we start to lose a little bit of a direction and we start to form a lower direction, just take more profits out, right, in your running swing position. Now the thing is that the multi-day we are still fine. We held the significant level, all marked by my tools automatically for you. 619 and 27 cents, we are holding it. So multi-day we are still fine. Definitely if we lose this zone tomorrow, multi-day weakness will begin, and we may, but overall structure, that will be just a pullback until 612. So but we would have a room to come down to 612 if we lose 619. But anyways, it's not a big deal. Right now, market is still strong. It's just a day of a little bit of a downside, okay? Now, as if we stay above this level, right, we are just fine. This could give it a rebound tomorrow as long as we hold above 619 and 30 cents. My whole point to explain you here in this particular video is that market is not bearish. Yes, some articles you will see today are much of the stuff on the media. Everyone is so negative. Oh, it's like a complete chaos and a bloodbath. No. Did any one of them tell you that this $480, that $480 is the best time to buy? Did any one of them told you? No, they were all telling that, oh, it's just gonna go more down. Who told you to buy here? I told you. And now you could have retired if you would have bought. Well, depends how much you would have invested. But anyways, we are still fine. As like, I'm not worried on the market until $612. If that loses, if let's say market breaks below 612, then there is something big. Well, it's about position sizing. Then yeah, you should fully take profits right now and wait for a confirmation when the strength builds up again. But what I'm trying to say is that until 612, any pullback, if it happens, overall structure is nothing to worry right now. Market, even through all these tariffs and all, has made a new all-time highs. So there's your answer, right? Nasdaq 100, and I told you buy that down there, even on Nasdaq 100. Now this is Nasdaq 100. Didn't I tell you that 409 area, this zone, is a great place to buy for, and look at it, what a new all-time highs we have made. And again, guys, Nasdaq 100 also is just fine. We are overall just bullish on this thing. It's just extended. Some pullback is fine, but 539.45 area until will just remain bullish on Nasdaq 100 as well. And here we are. There is very little weakness right now on the multi-day side of the things. So this is the level to watch tomorrow, 552 and 80 cents. Above this, we are fine again, continuation up. If we stay below it, some pullback more can continue, which is like multi-day, a little bit of more cool off that can continue. Okay, anyways, I just wanted to go over the market, get some tariff news out for you guys, provide my opinion, and just overall picture of the market. Definitely, if you are interested in many other stocks that I do with the members, maybe more than 20 there are that I do with the members. I don't have a count because there are a lot of trades I talk about in those videos of mine on Patreon, and also my tools that will make your life very easy. All those details are in the description of this video. If you are interested, they are not too costly, guys. It's maybe a month of your just one visit to a restaurant is what the cost would be per month for these memberships. Yeah, again, if you wanna like it, I mean, decisions are yours. It's not that costly, but and many of you have joined, and thank you for joining, and thank you for staying the members as well, because I'm glad to see that you find value in my membership services, and thanks for all the emails that you also sent me for thanking me, and I really appreciate it, guys. It's very generous of you, appreciating all what services I provide, and I appreciate you thanking me for all of that as well. And I read all the emails, so I really appreciate you sending me those thank you emails. Okay, that's all I had, and I'll see my next videos, guys. Take care. Bye.